Guys, welcome back to World Illuminator 11. I hope you're doing well today, and welcome if it is your first time checking out my channel. And if it is your first time checking out the channel, then please do hit the subscribe button. You are very welcome here. So earlier I did a message in which I was talking about the divine masculines, and we kind of asked the question that came through from the divine feminine collective about why it takes long for the divine masculine to get through to come through forward to the divine feminine, to tell the divine feminine of the love that they have for them. So we're looking at it more from a spiritual perspective, and do check out that video if you haven't seen it. It's not always just about what's going on the 3D. There is a lot more going on when it comes to the journey, a lot of things that they need to work on to clear for themselves, to be able to get to that place where they are open and vulnerable to tell the divine feminine how they feel. So do check that out if you haven't seen it. And I had been guided as well to use this deck towards the end, which is the Divine Masculine Messages to the Divine Feminine by George Drew. And but the video ended up becoming longer than I actually thought it would be. And so I am going to bring in this message as well. See what messages your divine masculine has got for you today, what they want you to know about, why it takes them longer, and what goes on their own journey, and and what messages they have for you. So that's what this video is about. In a way, it's like a continuation to the last video. So if you haven't seen the last video, do check that out. So thank you, angels. What messages are coming through from the divine masculine? What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? What else does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? Okay, so let's see what cards have come out here. So we've got a few cards that have jumped out. So I am just going to try and make some sense out of all these cards, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so the first card that I can see here, so let me see, I've got the crown chakra. So the crown chakra, this is powerful because this is about awakening. When your crown chakra is opening, that's when you are starting to get those messages coming through from the creator, from the angels, from your spirit guides. This is showing you that your divine masculine is awakening. That's about hearing the guidance that comes in as well. That's about, the upgrades that come in to help them to really work on releasing and, upgrades within themselves, but also releasing the programming and all the things that they've had for so long. So that's that help that I was talking about in the last video, where they get help from the angels, from their from the creator, to help them to on their own path. So there is a lot of that is coming in for them. That's about them getting downloads as well to help them on their journey, them being shown direction when it comes to their own path, them also really getting guidance to help them to be able to move forward on their own path. So that's about them going through their awakening as they really started to get that connection with the creator. So that is about their spiritual path and their awakening as well. And then the next card that has come out is the hermit. So they do go into hermit mode. This is the times when they can be quiet and they're not communicating with you, however long that may need to be for them, because there's a lot that they need to go through on their own journey. I do talk about this as well. Check out that video. They have to go into this hermit mode where they really start to process things. They really start to see things from a different perspective and try to understand their journey, try to understand who they are, open up to who they are. You go through a hermit mode as well as a divine feminine on your journey. So this is that time where, you start to connect more to your inner self and to your true self as well. So they do go through this time of hermit mode. And then the next card that came out is I'm healing the past. So your divine masculine is letting you know that during the time of them being in the hermit mode, they're also healing the past so that they can be able to release all those things that have happened in their childhood, the wounds that they have had, things that they need to work on healing, things that they need to forgive and let go of in their past. They're letting you know that I'm healing the past. And then the next message that is coming out here is I'm about to end a tough cycle. So your divine masculine is letting you know that they're also about to end a tough cycle, a cycle in which, the life that they've always had, it's like, life goes on in like cycles. They go through a certain cycle, they release that, they move to the next cycle. So they are about to end the cycle, the life that they've always had, so that they can move forward to the next chapter of their life, that life with you as well. So they are ending a tough cycle so that they can be able to move forward towards this life with you. And then the next card that has come out is I'm releasing the programming and conditioning of society. So during the time of hermit mode, during this time where they start going through their awakening, the downloads coming in, the upgrades coming in, they are starting to see things from a different perspective. They're opening up more to their spiritual path, with that connection with the creator. That's when they start to release the programming and conditioning of society. So, and that doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time because they've been so caught up in all that, because for the masculine energy, it's the energy that has really sort of ruled our planet for such a long time. And it was all about pushing through and power and hierarchy, and and divine masculines do not connect with their feelings, all these things. So they are working on releasing the programming and conditioning of society, and that does take time. So it's all part of what happens during the time that they are by themselves. And the divine masculines as well, for a lot of them, it's sort of, when it comes to age in the 3D level, are much sort of older as well. And they've had a much longer period of time of actually dealing with life as they've always known it. So it takes a long time to be able to release that. And and even for the younger ones as well, there's also certain lessons that they need to learn. They may have certain lessons they need to go through in their own life first to get to the point where they are then ready to be with their divine feminine. So there's a lot that sort of comes in that they need to release as part of that conditioning of society and programming. And then the next card that has come out is, so I'm trying to see some that are to do with so heart chakra has also come out. So this is about them, the more they start to go through their awakening, the more their heart starts to open up as well. That's about the heart chakra opening up so that they can really sort of connect with more of how they're feeling rather than what society is telling them. And, or the mind and the ego bringing in all the fears, connecting more to the heart, so that they can follow more of how they truly feel, so that they can be with their divine feminine. So they're also showing you this is about their heart chakra opening, and that happens as well to help them to open up to this love. And then the next cards that has come out, is I find it hard to show emotion. So this is to do with that programming and the way that they've been taught about not opening up to their emotions. This is what I was talking about in the other video, about them starting to then dive into their feminine energy to really sort of connect more to their emotion and their feeling, because they've not been used to doing this for such a long time. So that they find this hard to do, and they need to connect to that feminine side of them, of their energy, whereby they can connect more to their feelings and to their emotions. So they do find this hard, but that's because of the way that they've been brought up. And this takes time for them to really sort of start moving into the place of getting more vulnerable within themselves as well. And then the next card that has come out is you are the sunlight. So you are the sunlight. You are the one who's shining bright for them, to help them to feel that warmth so that they can really work on themselves and do what they need to do to move forward towards you. And then they're also saying, I'm trying to understand our connection. So, they start to try and understand what is going on with this, or why they feel the way that they feel, because they've never felt that way before. They realize that there's more to this than they've ever known all their lives. There's a lot more going on. They may be away from you, their divine feminine, for such a long time, but they see signs and synchronicities to do with you all the time. So they start to try and understand this connection. They realize that there's something bigger going on around them, and this may be something that they've never been open to before. So they have to start to try and understand all this, and that takes them time as well. So they're letting you know, I'm trying to understand the connection. And then the rest of these are really about the divine feminine. So they're saying, I'm making a decision towards our union. So, you know, once they start to open up to their awakening and really sort of realize the love that they have in their heart for you, and but they've always known this, you know, it's just really opening up to that love as well, and working past all the things that they need to work past, you know, when it comes to their own life within themselves. They start to get to that place of making a decision towards your union, because they know they want to be with you. The reason is because they know that I know you are the one. So they know that, you know, even if they may be in another relationship, that this is not for them, that they know they need to make the change. So they start to make those decisions towards that union with you, because they know that you are the one. So really powerful messages coming through here. And they're also saying, I can't stop thinking about you. So throughout all these things that happen for them, you know, even at the time when they're still very much in their ego, and, you know, the ego is taking over, they have so many fears and all these things, they still can't stop thinking about you. They're seeing all the signs about you. They try and understand the connection. They can't stop thinking about you. Even if you haven't seen each other for a very long time, they still can't stop thinking about you. So they are wanting you to know this. And then the next message is, let's see, I'm proud of you. So they start to be proud of you as well. You know, they can see how well you're doing. And even if you think they haven't seen me for a long time, they don't know how I'm doing, they always find a way. They can see how you're doing. They know energetically. They check up on you somehow. And they're saying to you, I'm proud of you. You know, they feel that you are moving forward. And the more you're moving forward, the more you're shining that light for them as well, so that they can move forward towards you. So they say to you, I am proud of you. And then they're also saying it's not the right time. So right now is not the right time, because they're still working on themselves. There's still things that they need to get through for themselves to be able to be with you. Things that they need to heal, things, wounds that need healing, the past that needs healing, forgiving themselves, forgiving other people, you know, really being in that place of releasing the karmic ties that are still in their life, you know, things that they're making decisions over, changing their life, really standing in their power and walking away from all that no longer serves them. You know, they may have certain habits and maybe even addictions, things that they've done all this time. All those things need to go. You know, that's also part of the things that they need to work on releasing. And that takes time as well for them in their life. So, you know, it's not the right time, because there's a lot that they're still working on, you know, that needs to go. So they're saying to you, it's not the right time. And they're also saying, however, our union is happening. So they're saying it may not be the right time right now, but our union is happening, because they're working hard towards this union with you. They want to be with you. They know you are the one. And it may not be the right time right now, but they are working on themselves to get to that point where it is the right time. And they're saying to you, our union is happening, because they want this love. They want to be with you. They want to have a life that is meaningful and fulfilling, and where they have the love that they deserve as well. So they're saying to you, our union is happening. So beautiful messages coming through from your divine masculine. I hope you have a great day, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Love, peace, positivity, and light.